Welcome to the Buttercut Podcast, part of the MWBK Creative Podcast Network. Damn, it feels good to be back. I'm here with my boy, my man, my co-pilot, Pete, the Irish guy.
What's up?
What's up, homie?
How's it going? Yeah, I've been out of town.
It's good to be back. We were just talking about this a second ago before we went on air. It's good to be back in the studio. It's been, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. The Buttercut poster kind of thingy on the wall is looking gorgeous.
What he's referring to is I had a piece of art that doubles as a acoustic enhancer, so like takes the reverberation out of the air. It's like a thicker piece that's meant to do two things. One, tell people
sound, right?
Yeah, one, sound is what it is. Okay, sound quality.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
One is it's a nice little decoration piece for our little podcast studio. Two, it makes everything sound better. So that's where we're at.
Tight
like a tiger. So
do you want to start with
why don't you tell us your little trip? Yeah, where were you?
I was in Lake Tahoe. So we were in South Lake Tahoe. I was at a buddy of mine's wedding, and it was, well, one was fucking awesome. It was the first time I've ever been in Lake Tahoe, but we stayed at the resort where the big celebrity golf tournament is.
Yeah.
Right. So it's at Edgewood, and a stunning golf course, amazing part of the world. Like some of the fucking views, the ball goes absolutely miles.
Really? Because it's really at elevation.
Absolutely miles. So yeah, you're hitting 8 irons. You're hitting 8 irons comfortably 190.
Did you take your sticks with you?
No, I didn't take my. So here was the plan.
So that's also a part of the.
Well, the reason I didn't take my sticks initially, when the groom who was getting married kind of told me, he said, "Listen, we're actually playing golf Tuesday evening and Wednesday morning." I wasn't getting in till Wednesday evening, so it was kind of like I'm gonna miss the golf, right? But one of the days on Friday, our boat trip got cancelled, and me and a few of the other lads went and played some golf at a local public track, right, Brad? This course
that was public. Because I was following.
Oh yeah. It wasn't it stunning? Like
it's just beautiful.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Not only that, right? Listen to this. It was a par 66.
What?
Par 66. No par 5s.
Okay, that makes sense.
6 par 3s. There was at least 4, if not 5, par 4s under 300 yards.
Remind me what city this is.
This is in Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe, which is it. Where is that? It's in part California.
It's actually South Lake Tahoe. It's actually part in California, part in Nevada. It's right on the border because they've all casinos and Hard Rock's there and Harrah's is there, like right beside the resort. But the resort part was actually in California. But walk like 4 minutes up to the casino and you cross the state line into Nevada.
And then shit gets real.
Yeah, exactly. Shit gets
I'm
real.
looking.
Real
the reason why I wanted to specify is because I was looking it up on weather.com just to see. 59 degrees right now.
Is it really?
At 3 p.m.
Well, it was beautiful all week.
The sun's out,
it was
high.
It was high 70s. It was gorgeous. But this golf course, man, par 66. So I woke in, and the first thing I said, I was like, all right, because I looked at the scorecard, and there's par 4s like 258, 260, 249, 288, 270. I'm like, I can get home on all of these fucking holes. The longest hole was 18, which was 375. That was the longest hole in the golf course.
And how far are you hitting your drive with the altitude?
I mean, you're hitting bombing a 330.
Jesus.
So it's actually, sorry, 18 was 375, and I had like a little. I actually mashed one in the middle, had like a little 15-yard pitch into the green. So that's how far the ball is going.
Well, did you find yourself hitting it like off the track because you had more distance?
No, I only hit driver one time. That was on 18.
You just didn't have use for it?
Yeah, you just couldn't. So the reason it was actually really, really tricky. There are, massive tall pine trees. If you're following my social media, you saw them, right? Massive tall trees. And on the holes where it was like 260, it'd be a slight dogleg with just massive trees kind of on the very edge of the fairway, and it just stopped you from really being able to get it to the green. So you kind of had. Now, what I end up doing, I end up just hitting, 3 irons and 5 woods, trying to go at the green, hit over the trees, which ends up in a lot of trouble, right? You're in behind the trees. But the proper way to do it, if you played it regularly, you'd hit like 5 iron, 6 iron kind of down the middle and then pitch it over on screen.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you hit a 5 wood higher than a 3 iron? generally?
Yes, I could. I can. Yeah.
I know you have the ability to choose.
Yeah.
I don't. My 3-iron's just it's tradition. It's just always going to go lower than the wood or the hybrid. I was just curious if that's kind of how you saw it.
Yeah, it'd be easier to get up in the air, definitely.
I wasn't sure if that was just me being shitty or
that's in general. Yeah, the woods and hybrids are easier to get in the air. But no, this course was a lot of fun to play. There was 2 par 3s that were under 100 yards, and when you're at altitude like that,
it's impossible.
But
right?
not only that, they were like over kind of water at angles, like really difficult with real small greens. So it was just a cool, fun place to play. A 4-ball we played, and it didn't we didn't play fast or anything, but there's 4 of us. We played in 3 hours, and
That's crazy.
It was a lot of fun. And I shot 66 even par.
Wow!
So that felt good. Actually, that's back-to-back 66s for me.
That a boy. So you were hitting greens.
Well, I got it going early. I had it like to 3 under through 5. And I was like, all right, 59 watches on, like course record.
I saw that. I didn't realize it was on a 66.
And and then I made double kind of quickly, and then it was just difficult. It was just really kind of tricky.
You shot even par after shooting the double, huh?
Yeah, a lot of fun though. Beautiful place to go. Recommend definitely to anyone. Go to Lake Tahoe. Amazing golf courses, an amazing place.
Did I tell you about my experience at the Moody Gardens in Galveston?
No,
I don't think we've talked about that yet.
No.
So a week before this, I had gone to Galveston, which is like a beach community, like in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah,
just like 3 hours from here, 3.5, 4 hours, something like that.
Think Lake Tahoe, but a lot shittier.
Way fucking shittier. Although it was actually very nice. The water was fairly clear. Usually, like back in the 90s, like when there were oil spills and shit, there's like black stuff floating in the water. Now it's nice. Like,
Speaking
it's all
of water
out.
in the morning, real quick, every morning when I woke up, I posted on social media. I went and I jumped in the lake.
I saw you look like Hasselhoff.
7:30 in the morning. No fucking better way to cure a fucking hangover.
Was the water really cold?
It
was that shit freezes at one point in the year.
I mean, yeah, I'm guessing it does freeze in the middle of winter, but it's really cold. What I would compare it to anyone in Austin would be, it was just like jumping in Barton Springs.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Makes sense.
I bet it was around the same temperature. I bet it was around 70 degrees. I bet it was around 60, maybe 65, something like that.
I've snowboarded in Lake Tahoe, and it's just gorgeous. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it freezes over.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen it in the
But yeah, jumping in the water nothing felt better. God, your hangover just fucking gone, ready to attack the day.
Well, so at the Moody Gardens, it was par 72, and there's like 5 or 6 par 5s. It was the exact opposite. It was pretty long, really windy on the ocean.
I love 5 or 6 par 5. Sounds fucking heavenly to me.
It was cool though, because like there's like kind of like beach sand in the air and the smell of salt, and like it was just like nice. It was really backed up, and this like storm blows in like 3 miles south of the course, and it feels like it's blowing our way.
Was it during? Oh no, was it?
It was not a hurricane. No.
Oh, sorry. It was like over a week ago.
2 weeks ago.
Outskirts of Dorian.
But like you can see it, and it looks quite ominous and threatening. And everybody just leaves after we're waiting for everybody. And we're like, fuck that. Like, we're just going to keep playing. And it never touches us. And we just cruise through the rest of the course. Beautiful. It was just wonderful. So,
how'd you play?
Decent.
Okay.
I think I shot in the mid 80s, something like that, which is pretty good in the windy conditions and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's great to catch up with you, buddy.
Great to catch up.
Welcome back. I'm glad I got to tell you. So, let's get after it. This week, let me get my
week
rundown.
1 of PGA Tour, huh?
That's right. Week 1 PGA Tour 2020 season.
It feels fucking weird to say it, really.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does feel weird. I don't know how necessary it is to do the wraparound season. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Is there a reason why it started going this way to begin with, do you think?
I don't know. I wonder how deeply the PGA Tour think about actually having a fucking off season. I know the top players, they can have an off season anyway because they don't need to play, right? And then the kind of shittier guys get into these tournaments and they haven't gotten into a bunch of other ones, so it's an advantage for them. So it's kind of like a win-win. But like, would there be any real problem in like taking 6 weeks off from the PGA Tour instead of fucking 2 weeks, right?
I guess you would want to do it December, January, which although there are places in the world that are not cold at that time that you can play golf in.
Yeah.
The majority of the United States is pretty much froze over, and like that seems like a logical time for the PGA Tour to go on break if they were going to do it. Anyhow, they are not doing it.
Nope.
They start their season in September, shockingly. So the PGA Tour 2020 season, so the boys are headed to one of the most beautiful tracks, according to you, right?
Yeah, Greenbrier, yeah, amazing
one of the
place.
most beautiful tracks on the schedule every year. The Old White TPC is what the course is called, the Old White.
Yeah, and you know what's funny about that? Like, that resort historically, like the fact that it's called all white, that makes a lot of
of old
fucking
white
sense.
men there?
It's a lot of old white rich men. You're not going to see a lot of black dudes rocking up playing or staying at this resort. You know what I mean?
They really nail the core demo
they
of
fucking
golf.
absolutely did. It seems like it's very much one of those places. It's in the middle of West Virginia.
Yeah. It's in, for the record, White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia.
Yeah, it sounds like a really white, fucking rich place. That people go play golf.
Have you ever been?
No, never been.
Have you been to West Virginia?
I have, yeah. Been to West Virginia a few times. Played golf. I'm pretty sure we played golf. I don't know if we played University of West Virginia's event in Morgantown. I can't remember. We did play in West Virginia. I can't quite remember where we played, but I have played golf in West Virginia before.
Interestingly enough. Okay, so the field's pretty soft this week.
Yeah, let me guess. I haven't looked.
Okay. What are you guessing at?
The first person I think of is Bubba, just because he's won there. Is he playing?
Yep.
Yeah, he's won there. Is Phil playing?
Nope.
No, he's not playing. The other people, because I know Phil has a place there. I know Bubba has a place there.
It'd be funny if Phil just watched. He's like hanging out, like shitting himself on his coffee diet.
Yeah. Who else? Is there anyone decent playing? No, any of the Europeans I would think would be over in Europe.
Yeah, getting ready for the next week's tournament.
Who else is playing?
So 0 of the top 10 in the world golf rankings are in the field this week.
Yep.
Bryson DeChambeau headlines the field. He's the number 11 player.
Okay. I wonder why the fuck he's playing. Again, like
he won recently.
Okay.
He's I believe he won. Or maybe what it was, he won the opening of the 2019 season, which was not at the Greenbrier.
Yeah, and you see shit like that to guys like him. They kind of go, I'm guessing he goes, listen, I won first event last year. It fucking set me up or whatever. Like, I'm going to go first event this year. I'm going to take time off later in the year. I'll make it up or whatever.
Yeah, he didn't win it. He didn't win the Greenbrier. He won the 2019 season opener last year. Yeah. We'll get to him. So, like we say, pretty soft field. DeChambeau's the highest in the field. The next top guys, Victor Hovland, who's a rookie, Mark Leishman, like you said, Bubba Watson, and then there are kind of guys on a tier lower, Jimmy Walker, Zach Johnson, like guys who have won big events but that haven't been relevant lately.
Yeah.
And then
it's a great time for one of those lads to go out and fucking get a win, and it just sets you up for the year then. Yeah, you're in the Masters and you're in all the other fucking things you need. That's where it comes in, this event, this wraparound. All the big guys are out. So all of these middle of the fucking row guys now become favorites to win the event.
Definitely. I got that in the storylines down here. In the basement, bringing up the very bottom, the caboose, if you will, John Daly is in the field this week.
Wow, really?
I've looked everywhere. I cannot find out if he's in a cart or not.
Okay, that was going to be my first question. Too. I'm guessing...
It has to be yes, right?
I'm guessing, my guess would have been no.
They let him in the PGA Championship with a fucking cart, but they won't let him on the Greenbrier?
That's true.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, the PGA Tour might
You'd think they'd be making waves, though, if he was planning to ride in a cart. Like, people would be talking about that, right? I hadn't seen it anywhere.
Yeah, maybe they're... I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, but again, it's the fucking Greenbrier. I think if fucking Pamela Anderson said she was going to be playing naked in the first time off, I still don't think it'd make the news because it's fucking Greenbrier. You know what I mean?
Maybe so.
Because no one gives a fuck about it. So I think it could have... People just went, oh, John Daly's playing. Okay, whatever. But for the Greenbrier, it's let's try and get some people to come, especially West Virginia hillbillies that want to come and watch John Daly play golf.
Pam, if you're going to play in this topless, I will write it up. I will write a story for you. Okay, the course. The Greenbrier, the property itself has 4 courses. The course they're playing is the old white man course. It became a TPC course in 2011. Let's see here. The defending champion.
Is this par 70?
Let me see. That's a good question, actually. I don't have that listed here.
Because is this...
Look it up, will you?
Yeah, is the event... Is this the one where fucking Appleby shot 59?
Unless it was longer ago than 2014, no.
What?
So the defending champ is Kevin Na.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This was in 2018. So in 2019, there was not a Greenbrier because the scheduling shift knocked it off of the list. Like there was not room for it. So it hasn't happened since 2018. Kevin Na won the event in 2018 over Kelly Craft, giving him his first win in 7 years. It was the first time Kevin Na had won in 7 years.
Did you see, speaking of Kevin Na, did you see the little video of the Doug Gim, the Texas kid.
Yes.
So he's on the PGA Tour now.
Yeah.
He has a start this week. So he's playing a practice round with Kevin Na, and they're on the first tee, and Doug Gim is about to hit his driver off number one, and right at the top of his backswing, Kevin Na like shakes his golf bag where all the clubs rattle, and Gim fucking flares it way right, and his hand comes off the club. And fucking Kevin now walks to the tee and goes, "Welcome to the tour, kid."
He's hazing him.
Yeah.
He's a awesome jokester, man.
Yeah, I
like how he walks his putts
in. Yeah, I do. I like him too. He's funny. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He's a really fucking good player when he gets hot. The man can make so many birdies, and he can putt like. He also made a 16 on the hole in San Antonio, so
he can do both.
Funny.
Yeah, anything's possible here. Let's run through some storylines, and then after that, we're going to jump into a little preview of the BMW Championship, PGA Championship, which is the European tournament next week.
Yep.
And then we'll talk a little Walker Cup, and then we'll close it out. So. Okay. Storylines 2019 season opener.
Sorry, can I quickly what I said there on was it par 70 and was the course record 59 by Stuart Appleby?
And the answers are?
And the answer, well, I see the total winning aggregate score, the lowest ever is 258, which was 22 under by Stuart Appleby. So it must have been
that year. That's the one?
Yeah, he shot 59 at the Greenbrier because the last is a par 3. Which I remember, which is always interesting. And there's a little ridge in the middle of the green. He had a great shot over the ridge to about 8 feet and rolled it in.
I'm looking forward to watching this one.
Yeah, it's good. It's a beautiful looking golf course.
So, season opener, 2019 season opener. Last season, DeChambeau won the season opening Shriners Hospital for Children Open and finished in the top 15 in his first 5 tournaments en route to finishing 12th in the FedEx Cup standings. So, like you said, that makes sense why he wants to do this because he had success last year. He wants to continue to build on that. The next one is, let's see here. Sorry.
All right.
It's I was reorganizing this the order that we do this in. So the next one is about new rookies in the field.
Yeah.
So like the top 50 golfers, the 50 golfers that earn their PGA Tour cards on the Korn Ferry Tour 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
All of them are in the field.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
the entire
awesome.
group.
You see, that's the cool thing about this event. It gives all those fucking guys all a chance to get out the gate early and get some events under their belt before all the big guns come back and they don't fucking get to play any of them and they have to go back to the Korn Ferry Tour.
Right.
So if they play well early in the season, it sets them up to get into the rest of the events.
So here's a stat for you. 3 out of every 4 winners last fall made it to the Tour Championship the following year. So like if where's the number exactly here? Let me reread it to you so you can calculate this. 3 out of every 4 winners last fall made it to the Tour Championship that year.
Okay, so these events,
small events
in the fall, 3 out of every 4 guys that won went on to make the Tour Championship.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
that means like you have, and that doesn't necessarily carry over. Like obviously you have to perform once you get to the playoffs, but these dudes made it all the way through the playoffs and into the last stage.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's kind of interesting. There's some there's some meaning you can derive from this if you get a win.
Yeah. Well, listen, if nothing else, you've a fucking win and you're 2 years exempt and you're in the Masters and you get all those other things. So those are massive. Yeah, there's a massive.
And then it's a reduced pool, reduced talent wise. So you've got a shot. So that's what's up. So of the Korn Ferry Tour guys, we've got, is his name Scotty Scheffler?
Yeah, Scott Scheffler.
So he finished first in the season longs points at the. Wow. So he didn't win the playoff.
Yeah, but he won the regular season.
But he won the full season thing.
Yeah. He's going to be real fucking good.
He's going to be good for a long time.
Real good. Makes so many birdies. Really good player.
So Victor Hovland's another guy who got his card off of the Korn Ferry. I'm having a hard time with this Korn Ferry.
Korn Ferry Tour.
Anyways, spelled Korn.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Victor Hovland, who technically is a rookie this year, even though he played in 3 or 4 tournaments.
At the end
so it's him, Scheffler, Doug Gim is one of the guys you mentioned.
UT guy.
Maverick McNeely is a long-time, well-known amateur. Yeah. All these guys are in the field and they're headlining kind of that group of 50 guys who are going to make it.
It'd be fucking cool to see one of them win. It'd be cool to see Hovland win because Matt Wolff has got a win already. Oklahoma State kid. The kid from
UCLA.
UCLA got a win. I feel like Victor Hovland is the next one that could get the win. You know, another Oklahoma State kid. Yeah, it'd be cool to see them win, and then, you know, once they get a win and they get the confidence, then, you know, you see them then stepping up in majors and doing all that. So yeah, it'd be cool to see one of the young guys win.
So my last note with these dudes, they just finished the Korn Ferrier playoffs like a week ago. So they're all kind of riding a high. They all finished pretty highly.
Yep.
So roughly 60% of Korn Ferry grads will not keep their card through the end of the season. So like it's kind of interesting. Like these guys all made it. 60% of them aren't going to last through the end of the season.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's,
so like right now,
it makes sense.
You really need to take advantage of an opportunity with the reduced field.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're all them. You know, basically they're all fucking shit. Essentially, well, you know what I mean, though.
Yes.
They're not as good.
Success on the AAA
circuit. That's exactly where I was going to go.
And now it's time to play big boy.
I was going to say it's exactly like all these, you know, 60% of the guys that come up from AAA end up going back down. Yeah, of course they do, because they're not very good. I mean, that's just,
or they're still honing their craft or getting used to being a professional or whatever, travel, all the bullshit.
Yep.
Last storyline, a year removed. So Kevin Chappell returns to the field. He missed nearly all of the 18-19 season after undergoing back surgery in November. He's recovered from the procedure and will resume his professional playing career this week. The reason why this is interesting to me, he's a really talented player. He finished
really good. I like Kevin Chappell.
He's plus 12,500 to win the tournament. He's a $7,000 DraftKings salary. It's just interesting. He's a super good value considering how much talent he has. But because
he just
rusty,
hasn't played.
Yeah, he's got a year of rust to knock off.
Actually, a friend of mine here in Austin, who owns Ruth's Chris. Ruth Chris is a sponsor of Kevin Chappell, and they're friends with Kevin. It's but yeah, I'm a fan of Kevin. Like him, great fucking golfer.
And you know him?
No, I've just met him. I've met him before, but yeah, great golfer.
So top 10 players in the field according to odds: Bryson DeChambeau, Victor Hovland, Jason Kokrak, Sungjae Im, Joaquin Niemann. Those guys round up the top 5.
Joaquin Niemann.
Yeah, Joaquin Rivers.
Joaquin Niemann. There's someone who I would put money on this week.
He's got a beautiful swing.
Joaquin Niemann is a fucking
Are you now calling him Wacky Niemann?
Joaquin. Yes, absolute fucking stud amateur player. Was number 1 in the world. I think he's going to be really fucking good.
Me too.
He has a fucking big set of balls on him. Makes tons of putts. He's not scared. Comes right away when he turned pro. He was a kid. He did well in the Masters.
Yeah.
And then right away when he turned pro, he finished top 5.
Was contending.
Straight away.
But he kind of fell off the map at the end of last year. I hadn't seen him a whole lot.
Yeah, he's
young.
You know, he's young. He's really small, scrawny little guy, but he's going to be a good player. Trust me.
You want to do pure picks this week, or you want to wait till season gets going?
Yeah, wait.
It's a little early.
And then we'll kick off our picks for the BMW next week.
Okay, perfect. Let's get into that. So here's the deal. We just covered what's going on this week, season opener. Now we're going to talk just a bit about next week's European Tour BMW PGA Championship.
It's the flagship event, as they call it.
So let me set this up just real quick, and I'm going to give you the stage.
Yeah, go for it.
So this is the biggest event on the European Tour, the BMW Championship. The stars agree the tournament is like playing in a major.
Yep.
The course is the west course of Wentworth Club in Virginia Waters, Surrey, England.
Surrey, close to London.
Surrey, a suburb of southwest London.
Yep.
So that's all the notes I got. So tell us just a little bit about this so that we know what to look forward to next week.
Well, Wentworth is probably the most famous. So it's the European Tour headquarters. It's the most famous probably golf course on the European Tour that they play. The most historic. So they held a match play, the European Tour match play event. Well, sorry, it wasn't the European Tour. It's the World Match Play event was held at Wentworth for years and years. So I used to love watching the World Match Play there. So the World Match Play was kind of like the WGC match play, except imagine if instead of having all the group stages at the start, all they did was they only invited the best 16 guys.
So they didn't have like a pool play at the
or
beginning.
they just invited the best 32 guys. There was no pool play.
Yeah, it just started with the bracket.
And there was only 32 players.
And they just started in seeding.
Right, it wasn't like...
That sounds tight.
Yeah, remember the WGC, it was like it used to be just match play, but it was one played played, there was 64. One played 64.
Mm-hmm.
And so this way, I think it was only 16 guys.
So it's cooler from that perspective if you're watching on television.
Yeah.
As like a fan at the event, I like it better with the pool play because obviously everybody's dispersed. You can see tons of golf. But in terms of just the pure product and watching on television and not having to deal with crowds, definitely cooler.
Right, the pros would have loved it as well. So, but it was just a big famous event. Sevi won it a bunch of times. Faldo won it a bunch of times. Tiger used to go over and play in it early. Remember, Tiger got beaten by O'Meara in the final one year of it. It was just it was a great event. So the BMW is their flagship event. Our boy Sugar Shane has a second place finish in this event, like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. And the last, so it finishes, awesome golf course. It's like, top 50 in the world golf course. And really tight off the tee, big tall trees, some beautiful par threes. But it finishes par 5.
Ooh.
17 par 5, 18 par 5.
Cock slap.
Yeah, real interesting, real unique. Don't really know of any other golf course that they play on the tour that does that.
I've
either
never heard
tour.
of a
Right,
course.
it's the only one that I know of. And 17 is a really tight par 5, dogleg right to left, out of bounds left and right, and it just off the tee. When you watch it next week, you'll see the camera is right on the tee box, and it seems like it's really close to the tee box, and it's just looking out at the view that the players get. And every time I see it, I just go, where the fuck are they going to hit that? How the hell can you get up with driver and just smash away? It just always baffles me. It looks so tight because the fairway as well, it slopes. So if it's going that way, the dog leg's that way. For anyone who can't see, him drawing like a dog leg going right to left. This fairway slopes the opposite. So it slopes against the grain. So the fairway
the course, you lose the course because it's doglegging left, but the course fades to the right, so it pushes your ball out of bounds.
Exactly. The slope kicks you down into the rough, so it's almost impossible to keep it on the fairway with the driver. And then your second shot plays uphill, similar to, if you can think of the second shot to the 8th hole at Augusta, the par 5/8.
I got to bring up the blueprint in my brain, but okay, I'm with you.
So the par 5/8 at Augusta, the one that's up the hill, right to left, it's very similar to that. The second shot, you're kind of going up that way, and you can't see where you're going. You're going up over the hill, and it's a long one.
It's so hard to determine an accurate distance on those uphill, hard to see greens.
You're smashing it. And then 18 then is a very famous hole. You can get home in 2, but there's a lot of danger. There's a creek that runs. So there's a creek that runs through the fairway. It doesn't come into play off the tee. Normally, actually, the guys hit 3-wood off 18T. Like Rory could hit 2-iron kind of thing to it.
Yeah.
But normally they hit 3-wood off the tee, and then you've either
to take the river out of play or the creek.
No, it's just the way the hole is angled. It's a dogleg left to right. This one.
Okay.
And the way it's angled, you can't really hit driver. So yeah, they hit 3-wood to a little spot, and then the second shot is awesome. The creek kind of runs parallel to the fairway and then parallel to the green on the left side of the green. So you got to come over. And what they did, they changed the course about maybe 10 years ago, where they widened the creek, so it brought more into play, and they brought the green closer to it. So yeah, it's just a lot of exciting things that happen. I remember Shane Lowry, the year he finished second, he held this like 70-footer on the last to finish second on his own.
Interesting.
So yeah, that was pretty awesome. But yeah, just a lot of history, great field. It's the major on the European Tour. Everyone all the big lads from Europe go and play in it. And everyone, it's just always a great event. Always the best players always, kind of come out on top. So
what we'll do is we'll deep dive that one next week.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll do a full rundown, and then we'll also preview
we'll do a couple of storylines.
Tournament
we'll do our picks. Because the American event is a lot. It's a shitty one that I've never heard of. So
and maybe we'll get a little bit of sweat going, get some gambling. It'll be good times. Let's jump a little bit into this Walker Cup story from last weekend. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, or for those of you who need a refresher, the Walker Cup is a biannual, which is every other year, tournament between leading amateur golfers on 2 teams: the U.S. team versus Great Britain and Ireland.
Yep. Which is what the Ryder Cup used to be.
Right. And then they switch off home team every other year. So this year it was in
Europe.
Royal Liverpool.
Hoylake, yeah.
Hoylake. Thank you for taking. I was a little nervous.
You were gonna fuck that up.
That looks pretty easy. Hoylake looks like that, and that's in England.
You remember who was the last who won there? Who won the Open there?
I don't know.
So the last guy to win the Open there was Rory McIlroy.
Okay.
And then who was before that?
I don't got it.
Was Tiger
You're
Woods.
the Rain Man, not me.
Was Tiger Woods. Tiger was the year that Tiger, he only hit, like, it was super burnt out. And he hit, I think, 2 drivers in 72 holes.
Because it's just rolling like crazy.
Because he was just hitting 2 iron all day. But yeah, Rory and Tiger were the last few people to win there. I don't think it's the greatest course ever. There's a lot of there's a lot of internal out of bounds, which is fucking shitty.
Yeah,
especially on links courses. But no, yeah, Walker Cup was there, and shockingly, it wasn't on TV.
Shockingly, it wasn't on TV.
Fucking
and there's
craziness.
been a ton of uproar about it.
Craziness.
And then there's a couple of other quick statistics that are kind of interesting. So, the last team that won the Walker Cup as a visiting team was in 2007.
Yeah.
And
that was, let me guess who that was. That Ricky Fowler's team?
Might have been.
Yeah.
I don't have the notes.
Do you know where it was? Do you have the course?
I don't.
Was that Royal County Down? Or did we win
I'll
that
see
one?
if I can't find
Okay, anyway, go on.
The other thing, the last team that overcame a first-day deficit to win the Walker Cup was in 2003.
Wow.
And so the United States got down the first day as the visiting team. They were down the second day, too, going into Sunday, and then they wrecked on Sunday on the individual matches and ended up winning like 15-10, 15.5 to 10.
Yeah, the way it works is they do 4-ball. On day 1, they do 4-ball in the mornings, singles in the afternoon. And then on day 2, they do 4 alternate shots, so 4 sums in the morning and singles in the afternoon. So there's 2 rounds of singles, of singles play. And yeah, the USA were down. Europe, where GB and I, we were up 7.5 to 5.5 going into to start the second day. USA won the alternate shot by a point, so it was 8.5 to 7.5, and then the American team, the USA team, won fucking, I think, 8 of the 10 singles.
Yeah, something like that. They
8 of the 10 singles. Yeah, so they end up winning like 15.5 to 10.5.
The 03 one was at Gatton. Is that familiar?
Yeah, I've heard of Gatton. Yeah.
I don't see the 07 one, which is the one you thought Ricky played in.
Okay.
Here it is. That team contained the likes of Webb Simpson, Dustin Johnson, Billy Horschel, Jamie Lovemark, Ricky Fowler, Kyle Stanley.
Yeah, that's
a fucking team of amateurs.
You know where that was? Wasn't it at Royal County Down?
Let me see. I don't see where. Oh yeah, Royal County
Down, and that was a massive one
in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, because McIlroy played on the GB&I team.
So they had some heavy hitters on that side as well. Probably Shane, yeah? Or is he too young?
Shane never played Walker Cup.
Really?
He just probably wouldn't have been good enough maybe at the time to get on the team. But it was a big Walker Cup because on the last day, a huge singles match, the big singles match of the tournament of the Walker Cup in 07 was Rory against Ricky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Rory, with 2 of them kind of looking a little chubbier and with the hair.
Both of them had that nasty hair.
Both of them had the hair, yeah. And if I remember correctly, I think Ricky beat him at Royal County Down. I think Rory got beat, which would have been a big deal. You know, it was like, I think it was like the first match out, like to set the tone of the day. And I think Ricky beat him. So
the only other name I see on the list that's recognizable is Danny Willett.
Danny Willett played for GB
on that squad. I'm sure that you know all these guys.
Read a couple of them.
Colin Dalglish?
No, don't know. Dalglish, don't know him.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Jonathan Caldwell?
Johnny Caldwell. I played golf. I played a load of golf with Johnny Caldwell. He actually went to college at in America. He's from Northern Ireland. I think he went to East Tennessee State.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rhys Davies?
Yeah, Rhys Davies. He went to fucking East Tennessee State actually as well. Rhys Davies. He's from Wales.
Guys go to a lot of those kind
East Tennessee State actually has a lot of Europeans that go there. The coach just started recruiting over there, and then he just kept getting them.
Interesting.
But yeah, Rhys Davies went there. Yeah.
Nigel Edwards.
He's also from Wales. He's older. He would have been the oldest guy on the team.
I can't fucking believe you know like these guys' full biographies.
Well, think about it. That was my era, and that was my era growing up. And I was like one of the kids. I wasn't good enough to play Walker Cup like back then, but I was the same age.
They were in your competitive
and I was
group.
playing against them in every tournament that I played in. So yeah,
David Horsey,
yeah, another fantastic golfer.
This name I don't even try. It's like Llewellyn Matthews.
yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't. Yeah,
From
no,
Wales?
I do know you're talking about, but no.
Yeah.
Wales had a lot of fucking good players
They
on that
did.
team.
They turned him out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back to the show.
Yeah, so Walker Cup, USA took it home and were victorious.
That pretty much concludes everything we needed to talk
Yeah,
about. You want to pick a Greenbrier guy?
Yeah, let's
just to
pick
look
one.
at?
Let's pick one each. I'm going to pick, since we talked about him, I'm going to pick Kevin now.
I like that.
Okay.
I'm taking, so this is not to win. This is a top 20. I'm taking Kevin Chappell to do top 20.
Okay.
It pays out good. It's
Okay.
an easy bet.
Okay.
I think it pays out something like 5 to 1, something
All
like
right,
that.
I like that.
Thank you, Peter. You can follow Peter at Peter the Irish Guy.
Pete the Irish Guy.
You can follow Buttercup Podcast at the Buttercup Podcast. This has been a production of MWBK Creative. Thanks for listening.